Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome back. This is Spaghetti, and we are going to be running a Bugs Life today. Once again, I just want to say thank you again, everybody, for coming through and helping out for this marathon towards a great cause like PCRF. With me, I have Thermal Square, who is going to be commentating. Thermal, if you want to introduce yourself. Thermal, you there? Not sure if I can hear on my end.
Oh,
There we go.
oh, there we go. We're here.
Alrighty. Yeah, just go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah, I'm Thermal Square. Like I said, I'm also a fellow Bugs Life runner, so definitely glad to be here to commentate this really awesome run.
Yeah. So this is a game. It's a 3D platformer developed by Traveler's Tales. They did a lot of cool licensed games back in the day, and now they're known for their Lego games. But before Lego, they were doing stuff like this, Toy Story 2 as well, and other cool licensed games. Without further ado, though, we're just gonna start the run after I count down. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so I'll kind of let Spaghetti focus a little bit. This game is kind of fast and frantic. Yeah, a lot of these first few levels are just going to be getting from point A to point B. Spaghetti right here doing a little bit of a skip. There's two main skips in this level. That first one, and then we just jump over this fence. It's conveniently small enough. Yeah, most of the levels are point A to point B or achieve an objective in the game. There's really not much to talk about in the first couple levels because they're really short, but we'll do the best we can here.
Yeah, the main mechanics of this game is you have your basic running and jumping like most 3D platformers, but it also has these like berry and seed mechanics. So it's kind of like a puzzle game a bit as well. And in that sense, you can see in the bottom right corner, but there's like a mushroom there. We're supposed to use it to like traverse these areas, but there's some like platforming skips you can do like I did there where I kind of jump off of the collision on the wall, and it lets me just skip having to use the intended like mushroom bounces and things like that.
Yeah, I think one of the nice things about this game in general is, so there's three versions of the game: N64, PlayStation, and PC. They all have their own like specific glitches and tricks to them. So each one kind of has its own like, hey, it's a good version to run. You get a little different taste of the speed run in it, which is really cool.
Yeah, we'll see it pretty soon here, the next few levels, but the N64, which is the version I'm running today, that one does have a few exclusive tricks, which makes one of the levels, well, actually a few levels pretty quick.
Yeah, the N64 version is definitely the one that is the most broken and has the most like crazy glitches and tricks to them. But yeah, we'll definitely be talking about those as we come up to those skips and stuff. Kind of the basic layout of the game in general is you'll have two like platforming levels and then a boss level, which Spaghetti is entering here. So if you've ever seen Toy Story 2, it's that same setup of two platforming levels and a boss level. And each of the bosses requires you to basically kill them with a super berry. If you just use the basic red berry, Flick will yell at you and say, "These berries don't work." So we'll be doing that in each one of those levels to beat the bosses. They're all relatively quick too.
Yeah, most of them you kind of just spam berries at them. There's not much to it.
Classic Traveler's Tale bosses.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really go crazy on the level design for the boss fights, but it's okay. They make up for it with the platforming levels, which is like the main part of the games.
Absolutely. Yeah, this level, it's probably the easiest level. The only hard part about it is getting the dandelion seed. it can be kind of finicky. The biggest thing is you don't want to touch the ground until you get past these thorn plants. Otherwise, the bird will come and eat you. And then you have to start over from the beginning of the level, which is really annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Or get hit by the dragonflies, which I almost got hit by twice.
Those things are the worst. This next level is really the first one. If you were to watch runs side by side, this is the very first level that really starts to deviate from, on the N64 version, deviates from the rest of them. There is couple exclusive tricks that we call crack jumps. And we'll kind of talk into that a little bit once Spaghetti gets there, but it's a really cool mechanic that saves a lot of time in this really long and somewhat annoying level.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to skip having to use one of the berries to cross this gap. There we go. If you just time a double jump there, you can get across that without using the berries.
Yep.
Or the seeds, right? Not berries.
Seeds, yeah. Yeah. All right, so this is where the crack jumps come in. The reason they're called crack jumps is, well, we're jumping into the cracks in the wall here. Basically, Spaghetti is getting himself into a stuck position, which you hold forward, and then you can either like flick to the right and back up, or go neutral and flick back up to keep gaining height. And you basically are storing the mushroom's upward momentum. And this next one is a little bit different because you're holding forward. Try to find the best way to explain this.
You like hold forward, jump, let your stick go to neutral, and then hold forward again.
Right. It's a complicated process of trying to get yourself stuck and staying stuck, and then getting re-stuck into the wall. But I think overall, like, this saves, I don't know the exact amount of time, but it saves a lot of time over getting like any of the green tokens.
Yeah, because the plants, you have to basically like power them up by grabbing more of those tokens. And that makes you go around the whole level collecting those power-ups. It's giving me a hard time right now though.
Yeah, this second one is a little more difficult than the first one. For whatever reason, it just is that way.
It's one of those things where like it works first try in practice, and then during your run it just refuses to work.
Yeah.
Which
I've
I did
had
get.
so many runs get here and just
This is basically
work.
like the first like reset point in the game, in the speedrun. This is kind of crazy though. Come on now. There we go.
There we go. First try, right?
First try.
But yeah, the other big thing is you can see these like spiky seed things falling from the sky. You're kind of dodging out of the way of all those, plus all the enemies. And here, Spaghetti is just going to be doing what ants do, crawling up walls. Not cheating or anything, not a glitch. It totally is a glitch, but
we'll use that in a couple levels.
yeah.
Or at
Yeah,
least
it's just
two.
weird polygons, I guess.
Yeah, like the collision on the wall. It lets you like, if you rub up against it, you can just jump. You have like jumps.
Yeah.
Your jump refreshes, I guess.
So yeah, second boss fight, it's just like the first one. Grab the super berry, throw berry, win the boss fight. Nothing too much to talk about here. It's really quick.
And then we can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we can exit the level during the cutscenes after you defeat a boss. It'll still count as you beating the level, so you don't have to watch the cutscene. You can just exit as soon as it starts.
Yep. This level has a lot to talk about, especially as of recently. This level recently got an out of bounds in this level that we've been looking for a long time. So shout outs to Lance. I don't know if he's here, but shout out to Lance for finding that. It saves about 25 seconds over the inbounds route, which we're seeing here.
Yeah, I won't be doing the out of bounds just because it's pretty difficult, and it like Thermal said, it's relatively new, so I haven't had a chance to learn it yet.
Yeah. So what Spaghetti is going to be doing in this level is you have to this is the only level where you have to collect grain to beat the game. There is a 10 grain door, a 20 grain door, and a 30 grain door to get through, and you have to collect that specific amount to get through the grain doors. So Spaghetti's going to walk through the 10 grain door here and work up to getting 20 grain. And then you would think he needs to collect 30 grain, right? That's where you would be wrong.
Oh.
We don't need to collect 30 grain, and you'll see why in just a minute. But yeah, the big thing is like enemies, they drop. This is also the only level where enemies drop grain, and if you don't collect it right away, it disappears. So then you kind of have to like
reroute it.
Yeah, scramble for another one. Or with those like spiders, if you accidentally squish them wrong, like jump on them, the grain doesn't drop. So then you're like panic hunting for grain. You're like, where do I go now?
Yeah, like that first spider from the first 10 grain door, I made sure to not jump on him. That's why I jumped off to the side in case I accidentally stomped him and then lost his grain.
Yep. So this is the 30 grain door. And like I said, we don't actually need 30 grain because we're just going to
miss the jump.
One more time. We're going to...
Oh my god.
You got this. You got this. Yeah, Spaghetti's doing some more of those like crazy wall jumps we were talking about up this box. And we're going to...
There we go.
Jump over the door. Easy peasy. So yeah, that's a big skip in this level, so you don't have to go hunting for extra grain. First try every time.
Every single time.
This next level also has a N64 exclusive glitch called cutscene storage, and basically each time we talk to one of the warrior bugs that you see at the top there, a cutscene plays and they go, "Hey, you found me, hooray, go find the others." But that takes up time and we don't want to do that. So Spaghetti is continuously butt bombing here, and basically we're keeping that cutscene stored, and as we kind of continue to bump into more of the warrior bugs, it will continue to store those cutscenes. So here he's got a second cutscene stored, and then he's going to go over to Rosie and get another cutscene stored, and then
no.
Oh,
the fly messed me up.
Close.
So if you stop butt bombing or butt stomping, it'll trigger the cutscenes. I mean, we got 3 out of 4, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, and then just like the boss levels, it's gonna exit level, so we don't have to watch the long cutscene there. It's really annoying because, especially on N64, there are so many times it feels like there's dropped inputs and you just stop jumping, and it can be so frustrating.
I blame the fly there. He hit me and then I lost my rhythm.
Yep. Yeah, again, yeah.
I was gonna say,
Another
speaking
boss
of
fight.
flies, yeah.
This one's Spaghetti actually got the gold berry right away because it's right there at the very beginning, and you have to do like a jump off the wall. It's faster than going all the way to the opposite end that Thud was at to get the super berry. So it just saves a bunch of time. And again, as we know, we need super. Oh,
Eek.
Eek. We need the super berry to beat the bosses, and then exit level as usual. Hashtag blame the fly. Absolutely. Next level, this level is fun. This level also has an out of bounds as well, which is N64 exclusive. I didn't talk about it in City Entrance. That out of bounds in City Entrance is also N64 exclusive. But this out of bounds was found by Deviant, who is also a bug runner. Basically, we're gonna store Manny's cutscene here, and we're gonna go out of bounds. Okay, we're out of bounds.
My camera got messed up a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, these out of bounds are weird because eventually you do get this kind of weird camera, but basically Spaghetti is going to keep jumping up and down so he doesn't fall to the death plane, hopefully.
Where is... Oh, there it is.
And the objective of this level is we're collecting different bird pieces. Trying to figure out where we're at. Okay.
Oh, well, I fell too low. But I thought it clipped you back in. Oh, dang it. It's it's pretty hard.
It's definitely really difficult to stay out of bounds, especially in that like ravine right there. The death plane is really close there. So it's hard to traverse across that. So
you basically have to like thread the needle between like not clipping back in bounds and also not dropping far down enough to like die.
Yeah. And the big thing about if you do hit the death plane like that, it sets you back to the last time Flick was standing still on like some sort of ground. So that's all the way back to where we talked to Manny and Gypsy earlier.
Yeah, which if you were to mess it up, it'll just send you all the way back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah.
So high risk, high reward.
Yeah. I do, honestly, I like the inbounds route more. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the dandelion plant earlier.
I could have sworn I got it.
It's really janky. So the big time save, you're seeing Spaghetti collect these like brown tokens, which upgrades to get this cannon plant to get this one specific bird piece. The out of bounds route basically skips that whole process, and you can basically jump all the way up here from out of bounds.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
But we do use it one more time in this run, or in this level, to get another bird piece, because this one, the intended way is to talk to Slim and Francis. There's a cutscene that plays, they knock it down from the plant, but you can just grab it with the cannon plant and skip that whole process.
Just shoot yourself up there.
Yep. Everyone's favorite kind of level, climbing a tree.
What is it with Traveler's Tales and making tree climbing levels? And they're also always so difficult.
They really are. Like, they're so vertical, and if you fall out of them, it's just game over.
Yep.
In this level, we're basically going to be going around and talking to these little ants called blueberries. And you might be wondering, why can't you do that butt bomb method and skip these cutscenes? A, that would be really cool. B, that would be really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some weird reason, it doesn't work the same way. I don't know if it's because it does this like weird telescope view and it's like programmed different.
Honestly though, it's like a blessing in disguise that it doesn't work, because it would be so hard to climb up this tree by just stomping like this the whole time, you know what I mean? Like if we were constantly doing this, that would be so difficult.
Oh my goodness. And then having to like travel down those branches and then back while still butt bombing.
Yeah, it would be reset. It would be resetting all the time here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come to think of it, would we even be able to cross the gaps without using the vine or the web?
Honestly, I don't know, because there's no really way to test that, because there's no vines in city entrance to test that on.
But like when you're butt stomping, he doesn't grab vines, does he? Doesn't he go through them?
He does actually.
So we wouldn't even be able to grab them.
You can skip a couple of these gaps.
True.
I think there's like one that you have to use the vine, but some of them you can like
That one.
jump around the side and get back on, but that's just like asking to fall out of the tree.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's a blessing in disguise, so we don't have to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And then now we got to talk to Dot, who is constantly moving around, but I've had it so many times where I think I talk to Dot, exit the level, and it just goes, "Hey, you didn't complete the level." I'm just like,
Yeah.
cool.
Start over.
All right, for those that know, I want you to all be spamming Molt's voice lines in chat, please. Again, this is another boss level. We're gonna get the purple token so we can grow a blueberry or a superberry plant. The annoying thing about this level is you can see that from the crowd, there's a crowd of ants you can see out into the abyss that are throwing red berries at us. That doesn't help because, as we know, we need the superberry to beat the bosses. So as helpful as they're trying to be, they're not. So that's why Spaghetti is standing in this specific spot, because there's this like leaf plant that almost gives like a
cover.
Yeah, it gives you like shelter from those.
Yeah, it's so funny that the ants are trying to help you by throwing red berries, but they're actually hurting you. They're trying. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. All right. This is everyone's least favorite. If you've ever speedrun this game or ever intend to speedrun this game, this is the level you will learn to hate the most. There's relatively little RNG in this level, but this is the level that has the highest amount, and it's super annoying. The intended way to beat this level is we get this berry shooter that shoots straight up and will hit Hopper, who has kidnapped Ada, Princess Ada at this point.
Oh, I'm missing one.
Yeah, it's behind you.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as I got over here, I was like, wait, something doesn't feel right.
Yeah. But getting that upward berry shooter takes a while. So we do not even the next best thing, but we do what
It's fastest.
kind of makes it faster.
Yeah, we do what's fastest.
We get one that shoots straight sideways instead of straight up. And you're going to see why that's kind of an issue in a minute. Because Hopper is above us, not on our direct level. So we're going to take this berry shooter, which shoots out horizontally. We're going to get as high up as we can on Pride Rock here. Turn around, point the camera upward. Oh my goodness.
That was actually really good. Okay, we got like insane RNG to hit him twice already.
Okay. So normally, you can see it is shooting up a little bit, but normally
It just completely misses.
Yeah, it feels like it takes forever. I've been on runs that are like 30 seconds ahead, and it's just like, hey, now you're 30 seconds behind because RNG. But
where's that
was actually
RNG?
really good.
Yeah, where is that RNG on my actual runs?
Right? Oh man.
Speaking of levels I hate.
Oh, yeah. This level, yeah. So I guess to talk about how, like, in those death planes, Flick goes back to the last place he was standing. It's that same thing in this level, except Flick never touches the ground.
So it sends him all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, if you die at any point, you go all the way back to the beginning. And Spaghetti is collecting grain, which, if you look closely, gives us a speed boost. If you die, those grain don't respawn. And the only way to get those back is to exit the level and re-enter it. So this is a reset level at the very end of the run. And it doesn't help that the N64 draw distance is butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Like, it's awful.
Like, I don't
Like-
see the enemies until they're right in front of me, so it's like very hard to dodge them. The only way I'm dodging them now is just because I vaguely remember where they are. Like, I know there's an
Yeah.
enemy coming up. I don't know exactly where he is, so I'm just gonna fly up in the air so I don't get hit. That's all I'm praying for. Also,
Yeah.
Hopper is right behind you, so if you take too long, if you try to take your time, he just bumps into you and hurts you.
Yeah, and there are times where if you get hit in a certain way, Hopper will get in front of you, and he just kind of like blocks you and kills you.
Yeah, you just get stun
super
locked.
annoying. So yeah, this is just an awful level altogether, but
I was actually so scared for that level because if I died, like, it was gonna be all bad.
yeah.
That actually
Yeah.
went pretty well. I only got hit twice there.
All right, final level. Wow, this run went pretty quick actually.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't for the level with the crack jumps, I would be on PB pace right now.
Sheesh. Yeah, so this is the level where we finally confront Hopper and make him pay for his crimes against ant humanity, insect humanity.
Ant Manatee?
Anyway, ant manatee. So yeah, Spaget's gonna be collecting a super berry. This boss fight is actually really cool.
Yeah, this one they did well on.
Yeah, it's in 3 phases. So this is phase 1. We get the super berry and just throw berries at Hopper. Phase 2 involves a little more platforming, which is really cool. That it kind of like incorporates everything you've learned from the game a little bit into the final boss.
It's like a level with a boss fight in it at the same time.
Yeah.
Oops.
So every time in this phase that Spaghetti hits Hopper with a berry, Hopper will move to a new spot, but the spots are always the same in every time you do a run. So Spaghetti's gonna know right where to run to every time he hits Hopper.
Something I really hate about this level though, and the level before it, was that you can't really see very well because of these raindrops. It kind of makes the level, like, one, very hard to see, and it makes it a little laggy as well. Like, I feel like I like drop inputs and stuff because of it, which is super frustrating. Okay, I fell, but I can just back this up by using this to hit him.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
little bit of a backup, yeah.
I could have just ran back, but I already know I'm struggling with trying to get up here, so I'm just gonna do that instead.
There you go. Yeah. Just with everything, the N64 in general, the other thing is I've actually had I'm not even gonna say it. I'll wait till the run is over. I don't want to jinx anything. But yeah, this last level, again, just hitting Hopper with a few more berries. He's gonna keep moving up this little mountain type deal here, and he'll stop in certain spots, and we'll just keep following him up. And basically what we're doing is we're luring Hopper up to the top where the bird nest is, and then we will make Hopper pay for his crimes by totally not unaliving him.
Timer is going to be coming up right here too. As soon as his health drops to 0, that red bar at the top will be timed. So coming up right now. And hello,
Hopper?
And he's gonna kill me. Why is he circling me? Time.
Time. See, I was gonna say that I've had it on this level where the game is frozen on me before.
Wow.
I didn't want to jinx it at all, so I waited till the run was over.
He almost killed me right there, which would have sucked. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. He just respawned right in front of him, but still.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, we did it. We saved Ant Kind from Hopper and his gang. He got eaten by a bird. I guess good for the bird.
Congratulations. GG, that was so fun to watch.
Yeah, no worries. No problem.
Incredibly fun. Thank you so much for sharing this with everybody. This was so great, and thank you, Thermal, for the amazing commentary. The way that word escaped my brain. Please tell us more about you, how they can find you, and all the good stuff.
Yeah, go for it, Thermal.
Oh yeah. You can find me on twitch.tv/Thermal Square. I occasionally run this game, but mostly a lot of other Disney and Pixar games in general. So yeah, that's me.
And he's being modest, but he's also the world record holder for this game, for the N64 version.
Oh, you can't just not mention that.
Yeah, I am.
That's amazing. Well, I'm glad that you were able to participate in this.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Spaghetti, I'm glad you're able to run it.
Yep.
If you want to plug on your own channel, that would be great.
You guys can catch me on the same channel that you're watching this on. Yeah, I'm gonna be running 2 more games for the event. I think they're both on the last day. It'll be Yoshi's Story and Toy Story 2, which is my main game. So obviously stick around for that. But everyone else that's playing today, we have I think Fall Guys is up next. So that I'm actually excited for, because that seems like a really hectic run, since like it can go really good or really bad, but I think it'll be fun either way. So I'm excited to check that out.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you both so much for being here. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you at your next run.
Of course, thank you. Catch you later.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.